What's up?
You're still muted, Woody.
Shit. Sorry. So that flag right there is from my classroom. Not only did you're allowed to have it, that was hanging. Here is the other flag I had hanging in my classroom. Also a naval flag, 1776 on it. So these are flags that not only are you allowed to have, we hang them up. And I actually, 20 years ago when I started teaching, I had a Confederate flag on one side of my room, and I had an American flag on the other side. And we would do things like which country, Confederacy or America, wanted to have slaves, and all the kids would run over to the flag, and I'd ask them questions about which country had Abraham Lincoln as its leader, and they'd all run over to the American flag. Who was Jefferson Davis? They'd run to the Confederate flag, and it was a silly little game we'd play. But I used flags as symbols, and in sociology, symbolism is important.
I mean, and they were actually able to learn the difference in the flags.
Yeah, they knew what it was. It wasn't about. It was just a learning tool. Is all it was, and they liked it and they learned it. And yes, I know the difference between a rebel flag and a Confederate flag. The Confederate flag is what I still fly. The actual Confederate flag with the stars and stripes, and it looks too much like the American flag, which is why they had to come up with the battle flag, which is the orange and blue, the Bonnie blue, throwback to Scotland, as opposed to the actual nation flag of the Confederacy. I
bet if that kid was carrying a colorful, let's just say something that starts with a C on his backpack, he wouldn't have been sent away from class.
What are we talking about?
Well, I'm not sure what the C. You lost me on the C there, Venomous.
Well, all three of us have one, so.
Are you talking about the like the rainbow flag?
Yeah, I said I bet.
Oh yeah. No, that's allowed. That's allowed in school, but apparently the Gadsden flag isn't.
Well, there's also books allowed in the libraries that teach our kids about a transgender. Let's just say something that starts with an S, and that's okay too.
Oh yeah, some of the books that are making it into libraries now are quite shocking to say the least.
I think that it's only right that if I go down to the Diamond Cabaret, I should be able to bring some girls into the school and dance, right? I mean, if kids are going to get, certain shows on one side, it's only, I mean, you'd think that you'd want, as an adult, you'd want kids to see both sides of it and weigh the options, right? I mean, that's what you do. You give kids options and you help them make the right decision and hope they learn from it. So
I'm fine with giving people options. I'm fine. Where I think they cross the line is when they add any kind of nudity or adult shows into it. If you got to go take a child to a bar to show them the other side of things, right, you've gone a little too far astray. Like, it threw me off when it started going to the drag shows and shit like that. It's like, no, I really don't think minors need to see any of this. It's not their job. It's not their place. It's the same reason I wouldn't take a kid to a strip club. It's the same reason I wouldn't do other things that you got to do when you're 18. It's like the same reason I'm not handing out porno mags to kids. Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. You don't have to see both sides of that. Like, there's certain things you figure out when you're old enough to figure them out.
The schools around here have forbidden teachers from putting any of that political stuff up. So there's no rainbow flags or any of that stuff in the schools around here. Not from the parents anyway, or not from the teachers anyway. At least not supposed to.
Well, I don't have a problem with people living their lives like it used to be back in the day. But once you start shoving that crap down my kid's throat and forcing it into their eyeballs, that's where I have a problem. Live your life. I don't object to that, but you're not going to do that to my children. That's for sure.
Yeah, I have no problem with what people do. I've always said that. What you do behind your house, as long as the kids are fed, the bills are paid, what you do as a consenting adult in your house is your business. And if another
As long as you're not
well,
doing
who
it to
cares?
children.
That's a true libertarian belief. That's what I've always stuck by. Whatever you want to do, as long as you're not harming others, I'm fine with it.
Yep.
Do your own thing.
Don't do it on the street corner, and don't scare the horses. We're gonna be good.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get off here. Nice talking to you guys. Venomous, I'll catch you up next time, man. Nice talking to you. I love your shirt, by the way. Hecklefish rocks.
Hecklefish is my spirit animal.
I love
I
it.
actually got these for. I won a gift card, man. I was like, man, I ain't gonna win nothing on here. There was like 9,000 people in there, and I actually ended up winning the $50 gift card. And I ordered my wife and I one of these. And every time she goes somewhere, people ask her who Hecklefish is. I get on here and and um and he points it out. He's like, "Oh, you got on a Hecklefish shirt." I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm glad somebody knows who the hell it is."
Oh, I love it, man. Matter of fact, I like that show, and Hecklefish is just great. Yeah, I mean, he's got a hell of a thing going, man. I don't want to say I'm jealous because it's not appropriate to be jealous of anybody, but I am a little green, to be honest.
Oh man, I'd be bad. It's a mixture between jealousy and proud for him. Like but it's not a bad jealousy. Like I don't want what he has because I definitely don't feel like I could do it the same way he does it. What he does is so good.
Yeah,
I like the way he does it.
There's a guy named Cinema Shogun that's on here, and he does a lot of drama stuff, Britney Spears shit like that. But he's just a real big dude. I mean, he is massive, dude. Beard, not your typical, clean cut guy, but he dresses nice and he's just got this big personality. And not only I don't really necessarily like all the shit he talks about, but I like him so much because he's out there doing his thing, man, and it's good to see that energy and positivity coming from somebody trying to make a living at this, not just throwing it in, So
if you don't know who Woodward TV is, man, you need to check him out too.
Upward?
Woodward.
Okay.
Yeah,
he church hater. Nada. I missed what you were talking about. Aren't you supposed to have the U.S. flag up? Do you guys have the U.S. flag up?
Yeah, we have the U.S. flag. You have the Missouri flag. You can have historical flags. I mean, I wouldn't try the Confederate flag anymore, but you can have historical flags here. You just can't have political flags. Like they probably balked at you putting a Republican flag up, Democratic flag. All right, they're getting crazy. I got to get off here. I'll talk to you guys.
All right, later. What are you talking about, Nada?
I can't see the
Shogun?
comments. So
Shogun. I don't know who Shogun is. Who's Shogun?
I think that is the person he was talking about.
So he's probably talking about the show where the person does like deep dives or something like that. One of those investigator ones. Yeah, Upchurch has been having hella issues with those fucking investigators because they're not actually looking into the case or saying anything factual because he actually knows what's going on with that one. So, yeah. He's been calling out a lot of those investigator channels lately. I don't know enough about the case to get into it either. The guy he just told you about? No. Okay. Explain. Fill me in, Nada.
I've never seen the guy, so I wouldn't know.
Who? Shogun?
Yeah, I've never seen him.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a lot of I watch a lot of like Hodge twins. I watch a lot of Officer Tatum. I watch a lot of that stuff.
I like the Hodge twins. I've always been a fan of the Hodge twins.
I've got
Like, 'cause I was
all
a
of
big
their.
Steven Crowder fan for a while.
I'm sub to all of their channels. The Hodge twins, the conservative twins. Man, they got so many damn channels. It ain't funny. They got like 5 or 6 different channels.
Oh, he's just a hater. He just bashed Ryan one day last year daily. Had to do with the case. Yeah, I assume so. Tantum is very cool.
Yeah, he used to be a police officer, and he's seen everything that was going wrong with the system and with the force, and he quit and started doing his own thing.
Nice. That's the way to do it. Might as well start it your own way if everybody else's way is pissing you off.
Have you seen the Dylan Mulvaney where he got an award for being for being a what they call it? Uh, he's a celebrated creator now. I
Oh,
think
is he?
through TikTok or whatever. Yeah, dude, he went up there with a red dress on, some long blonde hair.
Well, that's interesting. No, I didn't
he
know.
couldn't even he couldn't even keep his dress pulled up on his skeeter bikes.
I'm kind of surprised he's not like vilified a little bit more for losing more money for any other company in history, I guess. I've never seen a company lose more money than Bud Light during their busiest
Anheuser
season. I think it was like
Anheuser
Memorial Day week.
Busch.
It's during Memorial Day weekend when usually everybody's out drinking.
Well, Labor Day is coming up. Dude, they've lost about 30% of their profits. They've lost
Oh, I
about
guarantee you.
30% of their company, and it's just going to keep falling.
Oh yeah, it's only getting worse. Well, shit. So what do you do for work?
I'm actually a locksmith. I am trying to get. Uh, why is my tailpipe sitting down like this? I'm actually Um, trying to get my own van. I wrecked my work van about 2 months ago, so I am trying to get my own van. I work for my brother. My brother's been in the business for about 23 years now.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good business.
Oh yeah, it's I work nights and weekends, so
Oh, nice.
I'm the only one that was working nights and weekends. So I'm trying to get the money to get me another van and insure it myself and do all that good mess, but I'll still be working for him.
Well, that'll be good money at least. Get something saved
Oh
up.
yeah, dude. Making 1,800, making in between 1,500 and $2,000 every 2 weeks. I'd say so.
Oh yeah, can't complain about that.
No, it's and I'm a people person too, so it kind of goes hand in hand.
Do you deal with a lot of people, or is it just kind of in and
Oh
out at
hell,
night?
no, we deal with dealerships. And then we deal with single people. You know, single customers, and we go state line to state line. So it's it's a really reputable and a good business. So it's a lot to learn. You know, people think that you can just go out and do this when you want to, and it's not that simple.
Oh no, it definitely it takes training just like any other field.
Oh yeah. What's my cat running from? Yeah, it's there's always something to learn, every year. I've been doing it for about 7 years on and off, and every year we go to the last 3 years I have gone to the what do you call it, the conventions. So
Oh yeah, they probably update regulations every year. They probably just like any other trade.
oh yeah, and especially uh with things like, with the Dodges and all that stuff. With they're fixing to make Dodges all electric, which it's really not going to make any difference. I mean, if you're still going to be running procs, you're going to be running procs, and they'll be able to be stolen just as easy. You know,
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing to it.
I seen a dude. He took a Plymouth wagon, dude. He made like a Franken car out of it. He took the dashboard off of the out of it. He gutted it and put all 21 guts in it, motor and everything, dashboard, push button, all that shit, man. It's crazy, crazy what some of these people are doing. I would much rather have something that don't have a computer chip in it.
Yeah, I worry that they're gonna have too much power over our stuff pretty soon. Like, they're just gonna be able to shut your car down for any reason if they want to. I've been worried about that for a while, but I know they can do it on police chases now with certain vehicles. They can just deactivate your vehicle.
What they don't realize too is, all this electronic crap, like all these electric cars. What produces electricity? Coal. So
Oh,
eventually they'll have
there's a lot of I think there's a lot of ways to produce electricity. I think we pick a
well,
lot of stupid ways to do it.
there. If everything wasn't so, if everything wasn't an institution and the government didn't have to have their hands in everything that we do, it would be different. You can
Yeah.
get free energy right out of the sky, if you know how to produce it and you know how to pull it.
Well, I believe. I mean, that was some of the research that Tesla did when Tesla was alive. He was doing the same thing with energy, and he was doing the same
What
thing
do
with
you
electricity.
what do you think
I
the
think.
pyramids were for?
I lost your audio.
What do you think the pyramids were for?
Oh, I don't actually know what the pyramids. So I had an author on my channel, um, and he wrote a couple books about the pyramids. He thinks they were actually used as pumps, and that there was structures built on the outside of the pyramids, and they were like flooded, and that's how they got all the bricks into place and stuff like that. Because I don't think they were like uh, rolling the huge stones on logs like they said. Because I don't think there was any logs in the area at the time. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't think they're aligned with Orion's belt, but I think it's possible that they could have used them to generate energy. I see that as a possibility.
They actually do. If you go and you look at some of the recent things that have been put out, you will find out that they generated energy through sound, and it was a certain way that they did it, that there were never any kings buried in any of these so-called tombs. That's not what they
So
were.
so I think there's some merit to that, but I don't think we fully understand it. I think it has to do with frequencies. Because once you understand frequencies, you can pass through things, you can move objects like they're really light. If we ever understood frequencies, like